Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector, and tonight, let's do some talking real quick. I do have some mail to show off later, but probably that'll be secondary to what I'm going to talk about first. And that's kind of a follow-up to the last video that I did a couple days ago regarding me being disgusted with Major League Baseball about moving the All-Star game. And the response I got was, first of all, not surprising. Kind of expected it, quite frankly. And I take some of the blame on myself for bringing my personal political stance into the conversation. And I think that was a mistake because that wasn't really my point, quite frankly. A lot of people dwelled on that and where I stand on things instead of should any of this be involved. And I'm not even talking about just the All-Star game. You know, you've got all the other movements that have infiltrated sports, and do they need to be there? That's the fundamental question. Some would say absolutely yes. Some would say absolutely not. And it doesn't really matter where you fall on the political spectrum, you know, in terms of should it be there, like just the fundamental question. Should sports be involved in this type of stuff? Should they even involve themselves? And I would say, you know, you look at any sport and, you know, I've seen comments, I'm boycotting Major League Baseball, I'm doing this and that. I'm not necessarily going to that extreme. In fact, I went to the Rangers home opener today where they lost to the Blue Jays 6-2. But it was great. Packed house, full stands, everything, and it was great actually. You know, contrary to how you feel about being in crowds, it was great. And so, you know, you've got this Major League Baseball saying we are not going to support whatever, no matter which side you go on any issue. You're going to, just by default, if you choose a side, you're going to disenfranchise one group or the other. Either way, no matter which way you go. If Major League Baseball would have done nothing, one group would have been upset. If Major League Baseball did what they did, now another group of people is upset. So either way, I don't see how it's a win-win or a win at all. And I argue about all the sports is what comes out of it. Awareness? Really? I was already aware of all of these issues. It's not that Major League Baseball making its decision did not change my awareness of it. And there's no question that we have problems in this country that need to be addressed. From a civil rights / race relations, divisiveness, you name it, we have issues that are serious issues that a lot of groups are championing and different things. And I'm not saying those issues aren't important and that they don't need to be discussed and need to be addressed. They absolutely do. But sports is an escape. I want to go to sports neutral. I don't want to go to sports having to think one way or another. I don't want to sport. I mean, it's the American pastime for baseball, for crying out loud. American. It's not Democratic or Republican or whatever. It's the American pastime. Everybody should go and enjoy it. It's an escape. It's a way to get away from all the other stuff that's going on in the world and enjoy a sporting event, whether it's basketball, the NBA, baseball, NBA, football, you name it. Bringing other things into it, again, creates divisiveness. It creates division if you bring it into it. So that was really my main point from the other day. And I think good grief. Lots of people commenting. 300 comments and a lot of great discussion. I'm not a big fan of actually the name calling of people doing that. Like, just if you have a point, make it. There were a lot of people that gave some very respectful counterpoints to what I was saying, and that's fine. I'm listening. I'm here to listen. I'm not trying to. I want to be open-minded, right? I want to hear all sides, and I welcome the comments. Let's just put it that way. And I like hearing. I'm reading. I read every one of them. Responded to quite a few. Not all of them because there's just too many to respond to. But again, I think, who do you want to upset? Major League Baseball has to choose if they decide to take a stance on this, and the way they did in the NFL and NBA, they've also done things that have upset other people. It's not even that it's right. Like the issues, it just doesn't belong there. It doesn't need to be there. That's not the platform to solve these problems. It doesn't make people more aware. It makes people more upset. Again, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying it does. People get upset about it. Like, what are they doing sticking their nose in this when it shouldn't be there? So you're going to disenfranchise somebody. And so that was kind of my point. I just don't see the point of it. I don't see how it's going to help. I don't see how it's going to make any difference at all. Call me naive, but I'm 47 years old. I've seen a lot of stuff, and I've just been around a while, and I think we need to address these issues, no doubt. As a nation, we have problems, and we have to fix them. And so that's that on that. I've said my piece on that. And this community is so awesome for a whole lot of reasons. But I got an email from Barry, a gentleman named Barry, who said, "Hey, I've got some things to send you for your 1960 Topps set." And I was like, "Thank you so much. That's great." And he sent me a note. "A few items for your collections. The one comic is well loved. I am sure every kid in the neighborhood abused it at one time. Keep up the good work. I enjoy your passion. Keep vintage alive. Enjoy, Barry." And so I'll explain the comic thing in a second, but he sent me, just a ton of great 1960 Topps set cards for my set build that I'm doing. He wrote on a bunch of them like, "Hey, Frank Torrey is Joe's brother." Harvey Haddix pitched 12 perfect innings. Gene Conley played in the NBA. So not all of them have stuff like that, but some of them do, and I think it's really cool. So thank you, Barry, for that. What else he sent me was a Marvel card from 1966. There it is. Super cool Spider-Man. I guess you can write your own, bubble comment there from Spider-Man, like, what's he doing? He's kapow, or whatever you want to put in there. That is super awesome. I literally don't have any of these, so that is my first one in Spider-Man. And again, big Spidey guy, working on the full run, and I got some to show. But he sent me 2 comics, and he was right. They are definitely well loved, but they are going to be also well loved in my collection, because things like this are beyond cool. Like some of these books, you'd want to maybe get a higher grade or whatever. Not me. I'm going to keep them. I'm going to treasure them and love them and proudly have them in my collection. He sent me an Amazing Spider-Man 25, which I did not have. Awesome cover with J. Jonah Jameson in there. And this is my first single-digit Amazing Spider-Man, so 1 through 9. He sent me a number 8, which is a great cover with the Human Torch. Flash Thompson's on there. I mean, this is number 8. So super excited to have that. And man, this comic has been well loved. Let me put it that way. And I love it. I absolutely love it that way. I got them bagged and boarded so they can be protected going forward. Just awesome gesture by Barry. I didn't even ask for that. I didn't know he had them. And they were just in the package. So that is so super cool. I did get, in addition to the cards that Barry sent me, I did a deal on Facebook for a huge lot of 1960 Topps cards. Here's some of them that are sleeved up. Some of the Hall of Famers, Early Wynn, Roberto Clemente, Eddie Matthews, Norm Cash, and these are all, I would call these very low to mid-grade. Not terrible condition. They're just not mint by any means, and that's, again, perfectly fine. And I also the lot was for this many cards, so it's, I think, almost 400 cards. The set's 572, and I already have all the Hall of Famers. So what I'm planning on doing is, I'm sure I'm going to do this again, where I'm going to have cards that I get from different sources, lots, whatnot, where I create a stack of extras that I have that aren't needed for my set, and I'm going to use those to pay it forward to somebody that's collecting, that wants to do the 1960 top set, and give them a good start, and just give those to the next person that's doing the same project. Find somebody that's doing that, because I just think it's awesome. And people have been incredibly generous to me, so paying that forward only makes sense. I also got some other Spider-Mans. These are all graded ones that I bought off eBay, and I've just really been finding deals. So that's like, I've been buying these. So all I'm really buying, I'm not buying my old stuff. I'm buying Spider-Man comics and 1960 tops. That's really all I'm focusing on right now, because everything else is so crazy. Here is a, what is this, number 59? Amazing Spider-Man number 59. It is the first cover with Mary Jane on the cover. So that's a pretty key comic. It's a 5, again, which is kind of the sweet spot in grade that I'm looking for. But this is again, very nice copy, and glad to have that. I got that was 59. This is number 45, which has a great cover of the Lizard fighting Spider-Man. I got a number 22. That one's great. So I'm just filling in holes, guys. Like, I'm getting down probably to 50 something now. Here's a number 47 with Kraven the Hunter on it. This is a 6.0. So again, these are just kind of the normal, the 5, 6s-ish grades are what I can get, and find them. They're pretty easy to find. So yeah, super excited to pump up the Spider-Man collection. Really excited to start getting to work on all those 1960 top set, putting them in the binder. And again, with regards to the topic du jour of the All-Star Game and whatnot, I genuinely appreciate everybody's comments. I genuinely appreciate the feedback, whether it's pro my stance or anti my stance. The dialogue is what's important, and we need more of that in our nation, more of that among people with differences, to work things out and try to make things better for everyone. And so let's just all pray that keeps happening in our country, that we can get beyond this and heal ourselves and try to heal the divisiveness within our nation. So thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, leave comments. Happy to read them. Talk to you guys soon. Keep collecting.